Hi, this is Franz with concrete5, and I'm going to explain how the document library add-on works. We built this add-on because we were doing some extranet and intranet work for clients, and they wanted an easy way to be able to give their audience access to files that have been recently added to the system. The file manager in concrete5 lets you control files with versions and permissions, and you can create sets of files. So it's really a pretty powerful way to have the latest and greatest version of all those human resources files in one spot that everyone can get. Let me show you how it works. Go ahead and just add this block that we've already installed to the page. And we get 3 tabs. The first tab lets us choose where we're getting data from. So you get a list of all of the file sets in your site, and this site's very small. And you can choose whether you want data to be in any of the sets or in all of the sets. So in all of them, you can really use this to create a cross-section of data. So maybe I have human resources data, but then I also make sets for different departments, and it has to be in both of those sets. We're going to choose any. You can also limit the results by a tag. The header tab lets you start to choose how this is going to show up on the page. So do we want a search field? Sure. And we'd like to go ahead and make sure that all of the fields for files are being searched. I could turn these off if I thought that putting numbers in was getting weird results because of image widths and heights. You can choose how you want the results to be sorted. Let's go ahead and leave that by title. And you can choose which properties you're going to put in the table as columns. So let's go ahead and display the file name, the width and the height, maybe the date posted. Well, let's make a couple of these not only displayed, but sortable. You can change the design around. So if you want to make the font larger, you can put a number here or change the font face. That really kind of lets you set up a header row that is different than the rest of your table. Let's come over here and format the rest of the table and results. You can choose how many results show up on a page and whether the results expand to take as much room as they need to, or you can fix the height, in which case we will put an iframe on the page with a little scroll bar. The document library has an optional callout box where you can display additional information on a rollover basically. So let's just turn all this stuff in here and I'll show you how that works. And you can change the design around to do alternating row colors. So kind of helps with the eye, makes it a little bit easier for people to see which row they're on. And let's change the way the overlay box looks as well. I'm going to add this to the page and we should see a blaringly bright red header row. And if I exit edit mode, we'll play with this thing a little bit. You can click a column title and get it to sort or sort in descending. You can see it's pulling back all sorts of different files. Some of them are PDFs, docs, JPEGs. If I roll over this details link, it gives me the little call out that we turned on. It'll put a thumbnail if it's an image, and it'll give you the ability to download the small or original version of that image. If it's a document it doesn't know, it'll use an icon type from the file manager. You can search within the results. Nothing for duck, I guess. Let's try Ruddy. There you go. There's an advanced search. So you could really use this with hundreds or even thousands of files. These rows will expand, so if you include the description, these rows can be very wide. There's a paging interface that you can turn on. I search for nothing. We should see there's a scroll bar on the page because we limited the height, but there's also paging down below. So that's how the document library add-on works. It's pretty simple to configure, but rather powerful block that lets you easily turn your concrete5 site into a useful extranet or intranet.